walk out to the show and fall at your door. We got that info for you. Touchdown on that plane and Brian is saying more than just a podcast for you.
Although it's historically been an independent school, this year we know Notre Dame joined the ACC. Going forward, should Notre Dame stay a part of the ACC or should they go back to being independent?
I feel like if they want a national championship
They need to
and really earn a national championship, not use your prestige of Notre Dame to get there, then yes, you stay. Yes, you stay.
I
If
agree.
you really want to be a team like that, you consistently demand respect from the ACC, then stay there. If not, then you're gonna get the same thing you always get and pray like you do so you can get in. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, no, you don't deserve to get that championship when you know. But then again, I can say that Notre Dame, I don't know, because they actually play anybody.
They play anybody.
They'll play anybody.
And they put more people in the NFL than any other team.
Which is true. So you know what? I retract that. You know, they ain't got to do that. They want to play everybody because, you know, especially with COVID-19, you can't just choose who you want to play. You know what I'm saying? So you could play a SEC team this week, an ACC team next week, Big 10, Pac-12.
They don't do it though. They ain't doing that.
But they don't do that.
They play USC. USC been down for years. They'll play.
True.
They played half of an ACC schedule, which they was playing like Boston College and teams like that. I think they should stay in full time and capitalize off of that because if they were to be independent, for them to make the playoff, they would have to play more big dogs than they've been playing. They would have to go out and play an SEC team, and they're not beating one of the better SEC teams in my opinion. And so I think being in a conference gives them that cover of, okay, we can make it to a championship game. And if we win the championship game, we most likely get into either a great bowl game or the playoff. But as far as them being independent and winning all of those games, no, if you're going to be independent, you're going to have to be undefeated to get in. And I don't see Notre Dame being able to do that. I think they stay in the ACC and capitalize off of, you know, the success that they've been having. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You're right.
I think they should stay.
I'm also a fan of them staying simply because it forces them to play some team. It would force them to play Clemson. And, you know, Clemson, you know, that you can beat, like when they beat Clemson this year, it's like, okay, all right. But then some people was like, well, it's just COVID. But you're going to play them again. So I just think, I think that they would have to obviously renegotiate their TV deals. But I think from a playing perspective, they should stay in the ACC. They're a better fit. I can't see them in the Big Ten. I can't see them in, well, maybe in the Big Ten, but they wouldn't be, they're not an SEC team. They don't have the SEC caliber talent. I don't think that they have Big 12.
You don't think that they could compete against any team? Like, you don't think they'll beat Clemson the second time with Trevor Lawrence?
I'm not saying that they won't.
I'm asking you a question. What you think?
I'm rooting for Notre Dame. Please beat Clemson. Please beat them.
You just don't like Notre Dame. I mean, you don't like Clemson, right?
Not at all. They talk cash and I can't stand that. You the new kid on the block. Please stop talking to me. You ain't even good. Stop it.
So Notre Dame and Clemson are going to play 3 times potentially because they're going to play in the championship game. And you know, say Notre Dame is 2 right now. They lose in the championship game. They might go to 3 and Clemson might go to 2. And they might play in the playoff. That's too much. I don't want to see that again.
How can you have a lost team, a team with an L in the top 4?
In the top 4.
How can they be the top 10%?
We do it all the time. We do it all the time.
Because Texas A&M got a loss and Florida got 2 now, and then Cincinnati's up next. So who you want?
And you know they're not putting in the top 4. Even though they're undefeated. They're not going to put Cincy in the top 4.
Hey, Coach Smith, right.
Money.
You're right.
Notre Dame bringing in that money. They got their own TV. Notre Dame going to be in there.
That's the reason why I believe that they remain independent. Because they do have a historical reputation and they negotiate their own TV contracts. They don't have to revenue share. They get all their money. But from a a level playing field perspective, I do think that they're a fit for the ACC. I don't think that you can bring them to the SEC and expect them to run the table. Because historically speaking, when they come across a SEC team, whether it's a bowl game or whether it's an in-season game, and they very seldom schedule the SEC, they lose. And I ain't mad, but you know, it is what it is. And no Notre Dame hate, none whatsoever. I'm rooting for y'all. Please, please, I'm rooting for y'all. Come through for a player. Come through. I really want to see.
Not though, because Alabama is gonna tax them.
And
I'd rather see Clemson, Bama.
No, I really want to see Alabama and Ohio State so that the Big Ten
I
can
do
shut
too. I want Bama, Ohio State. That's what I
shut
want.
up.
Please.
That's gonna be the semifinal because they ain't putting Ohio State no higher than 4 because of the amount of games they play.
So Alabama won.
Yeah, that's gonna be the
gotta get the
semifinal
four.
game for
So
sure.
one plays 4.
Yes.
So
And I think-
Ohio State would have to play Alabama in order to get to the championship game.
And I
Yeah,
won't
and that's
say,
And Ohio State's not gonna beat Alabama.
I
I
won't
want
say
that ass all.
they
Hey.
talk cash, and I'm like, who is you? Shut up! Like,
Yeah,
y'all
man,
knew-
we're gonna beat Northwestern. Who? Stop it. Come on. Come on.
But you know what? Ohio State, hey, be careful with your intro because Ohio State is talented, and guess what? They are fresh because they haven't played as many games.
Listen. I was talking to my son about that as well. I was like, man, they're gonna be fresh. They're gonna be this. They're gonna be that. He was like, Dad, they're gonna be fresh. They're gonna be ready. But they ain't playing nobody like this. They ain't ready for this. They ain't seen a Smitty.
It's a
They ain't
different
seen
level.
a Messi. They ain't seen it. They ain't seen no running back like. They haven't seen an O-line like this.
And you need the reps. You struggling against it.
You need the reps. You gotta get the reps in.
In Indiana, one play made the difference between a W and an L for Indiana. Ohio State needs the reps. They need the reps. Yeah. So you might be fresh, but what you're not is a well-oiled machine. Bama finna come through. And I'm sorry, Ryan Day is not no disrespect, Mr. Day. I'm pretty sure you're good at what you do, but you're not a Sark and you're not a Nick. So you finna come through and you finna be strategically outplayed and you finna be outplayed because you haven't had the reps. And that's, if you go out, that's what the Ohio State fans are saying themselves, that the boys are making mental mistakes, that they wish they had a preseason because they don't have enough reps. If your own fan base is not giving you credit for the 5 games that you played, why should I?
They trying to, because they know they're about to get, they think they're gonna get blasted and they looking for a reason. But let me say this: one game though, that's why you get the best players in the country. Like Justin Fields, one game, he might have a special game though. Sometimes when you got a great player, it only take one game. Like you ain't gonna beat Alabama 4 times, but that one time he puts on a clinic, one game.
With who?
Sometimes it happens.
With who?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Again, I'm a Justin Fields
I don't see
fan,
Bama being beat.
and I don't see Bama getting beat. I don't see Bama getting beat this year.
I am a big fan of Justin Fields since he did that QB1 little show. I've been a fan of his since then. I was upset that Georgia wouldn't take advantage of all his blessed talents. Like, they really blew it. Right. And with Ohio State, I was happy because, like, my nephew, Sean Wade, go there. So I wanted them to do something. I wanted them to be something. I never liked Ohio State. Miss Cleveland, you know that.
I never liked Ohio State till Justin Fields went to Iowa.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the only reason why I can watch you is because of, my family.
And I went to the school up north. So the Ohio State fans don't like me anyway, because I went to the better school, hail to the victors. But East Quad, so I'm never gonna like that school in Ohio, but I don't talk funky about them because Randy's my guy. But I will say,
I talk trash to Randy about this though. I do.
The Big Ten is not the SEC.
No,
they don't have the reps. The secondary, Sean notwithstanding, their secondary is not ready for a Waddle, not ready for a Smitty, not ready for no, they're not ready.
They're not ready for the Najee Harris coming downhill at them. That's a different level of physicality.
Not ready.
And he gonna catch the ball out the backfield. What are you? Sark is that dude, man. Sark that dude, man.
We're all in
Sark
agreement
that
that the
dude.
best OC in college football right now is Sark.
Yeah.
We're all in-
Sark that
Sark.
dude.
Sark is that man. He's the man. Yeah.
See,
He
I
really is.
have taken us on tangents. I missed y'all. Football is my favorite. I held it down with basketball and soccer. I did, but football's still my favorite. So let
But
me
don't
ask
sleep
you,
on don't sleep on Hugh Freeze though.
sir, y'all gonna let him get out of Liberty? They're gonna let him go? They're gonna give him a new job?
Yeah, he about to
Man,
get a job.
I got
You
a
think
dude that my son grew up playing football with, Demario Douglas, that's at Liberty, right? And Papa, we call him Papa. Papa always been like that since Pop Warner been like that, gonna make plays. Now he leading the country in, yardage and everything from the special teams. He been that dude, right? But I don't think they're gonna get a chance to actually show off what they can do because the schedule that they have. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, changing the thing around to 16 teams where Liberty could go see a Florida,
Ooh.
right? And see how that really go. I would love to see that game because I know Papa gonna do his thing in that game. I would rather
big
see
time
something like
big time
that.
players step up in big time games. And I love when big
Real
time
talk.
players step up in big time games. Love
Real
it when
talk.
big time players step up in big time games.
Coach Smith, you right about 16 teams, man. Let everybody get a shot to claim the title. Because I don't see nobody in the country right now. If I could think any team that could beat Bama,
I can't think of nobody
it
that can
got to
beat
be
Bama right
like
now.
you said. It got to be that one game in your life
Yeah.
that is the best you ever could do.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
that can happen though. It can happen. It's possible. But I don't see it happening like that.
this is how life is working right now. I get alerts. Y'all talking about Hugh Freeze. I was about to say he need another year to rehabilitate himself at Liberty, but guess who's getting fired right now as we record the show? Gus Malzahn. So perhaps,
That's about time, man. That's about time, man.
man, it's today. They like love
He
you.
had my boy Joy Gatewood. Now he at Kentucky, and they ain't looking out for Joy Gatewood. He'll do all kind of boy. I don't know why they ain't trying to let him perform. Like,
Well, I'm hoping Joey Gatewood. I hope Joey Gatewood is the man for us next year.
He could
So-
be. He could be.
Wow.
I'm praying Joey Gatewood is the man for us next year.
Wow. College football is taking no prisoners this year.
Dang. Gus.
2 more questions.
Okay.
So I am just blowed. Lovey, Gus, Kevin Sumlin, they're taking no prisoners. Every year in the NFL, a rookie QB gets hurt, and they're either out for the season or they're out for several weeks. Is the NFL asking too much of its rookie QBs?
That's what you get paid to do. You just got paid a big contract for you to come into the NFL and step up and do your thing. So that's just a part of the game. It's just
we don't.
It is.
it's just
we
a
don't
part
wanna
of the
hear
game. We don't want to hear that they get hurt. We're sorry. I'm so sorry. Matter of fact, I'm watching the Cowboys and the Bengals now, and I hate that he got hurt. Matter of fact, both of their quarterbacks is out. But you just hate that they get hurt. Who else? RG3. I mean, it's a bunch of them, right? That were quarterbacks as rookies or as young quarterbacks that got hurt early, and you just hate to see that. But they get paid the big bucks when you go to the NFL. That's just a part of the game. I don't know. Maybe I'm not
right.
being sensitive.
Nobody's going to feel sorry for somebody who just signed a $25 million contract, sign a bonus. And that's just the reality of it, because a lot of people get hurt and they don't have that type of security behind them. These injuries are coming because these quarterbacks are getting drafted that high. I mean, the only rookie quarterbacks that really come in and play like that are the high draft picks. And when you have a high draft pick, you normally have a bad team, meaning your offensive line isn't that good.
Yes,
so they were
right.
either drafting a tackle or a quarterback.
Facts.
So they're not being protected well. So you don't have a great offensive line and you get the number 1 pick. That it don't work.
Right.
So it's just from a protection standpoint and these guys, the speed of the game is a little bit faster for them. Their clock is not going, so they're putting themselves in bad situations where they usually have bad offensive line and that clock in their head is not sped up yet. You can't hold the ball like that. You can't do some of the things you was getting away with in college. You got to get rid of the ball. These dudes is different, and your line is not protecting like that. So it's part of them, and it's part of the team.
They're faster and stronger because they've already been in the league for a couple of years. that you're going up against.
And they want to hit you. You fresh meat.
They want to hit you. Yeah.
See,
You know,
they tired of hearing about you.
To me, it's the coaches, it's the staff fault. If you know you just got a brand new quarterback, then your concentration needs to be on making sure that you do the get you the O-line to protect that quarterback. That's on that coaching staff. Okay, we got the first draft pick. We got a new quarterback. Okay, then our next priority is to get our O-line on point.
Which is true. See, I'm used to the traditional quarterbacks coming to the NFL. Like you go Aaron Rodgers, right? He sat behind, this dude here, Brett Favre, for so many years to learn how he maneuver with the defense coming this fast, or how he maneuvers. But now these days, because you don't have those type of veteran quarterbacks that can teach the kids, that they jump them out there quick. Sometimes you get lucky and they can move and make things happen. But in my opinion, most of the quarterbacks that are jumping in there and get things done, they're coming from a conference like a SEC, something like that, to where you getting punished every week. You getting hit every week. They get done. Joe Burrow, he did.
Came from
first got
LSU.
there,
I mean,
he was doing his thing there. But what he got to understand is that you can't try to do too much.
It's a win now culture, man. Everybody drafting quarterbacks, and they have pressure from them fan bases. You lose, and you're like, oh, we might as well lose with our rookie. You might want to protect that rookie. You might want to just let him watch, and you might want to say, okay, now we need to build this line before we put him out there. I know experience is key, but if you drafting that guy, he gonna be there long term. Why he got to go out there right now?
Like
but everybody wants to throw the guy on the field, right?
Like Miami did Tua.
Tua
just came off a major injury, and now you're gonna put him in the game so he can get injured again.
All you gotta do is chill with him, man. Let him chill, relax, man. Let him learn the game first. But that's how they think about it, man.
Before you throw the baby to the wolves, can you at least pretend to get
But look, these coaches are getting fired, though. These coaches are like, I ain't got time.
Yeah, I ain't got time, and I need to win.
That's true.
I gotta win. I gotta win. Especially at Bengals. I mean, you had you had my boy there for 50 years, and then now you come in and you not winning. So he had to do something, or he was getting ready to be up out of there.
He was gonna be the rookie of the year, though. I think
he was getting ready to be rookie of the year.
Plug and play. Yeah, he might have been rookie of the year if he finished it out.
He might have been rookie of the year if he stayed healthy.
And Cincinnati pissed me off because they was bad. You been bad. You could have got that boy O-line before you let him get out for the season.
But you could have got him an O-line. You knew you was getting in. You knew he was coming. So why were you not making sure that you had the O-line?
Cincinnati being mediocre. We would have been okay with it being mediocre for 2 years so they can get that boy O-line.
Absolutely.
Man, he would have been fired before them 2 years was up if he didn't play Burrow.
And that's the truth, but you knew he was coming. So why did you not go and make some trades for the O-line?
It's a bad thing because nobody want to go to Cincinnati. It's just it's a cycle. When you're bad, it's hard to get up out of the bottom of like that.
Because
it is hard.
That's my point right there. That we used to them being bad. Just put them in 2-3 games. You already bad. We used to.
You got rid of Andy Dalton. So I mean, what do you want to get? He could have been a perfect quarterback for him to learn under for a year and then get him out the door.
Andy Dalton, yes.
You just let Andy Dalton go like he wasn't nothing. And Andy Dalton is an all right quarterback. He got decent numbers. They went to the playoff every year. It's not easy to win in the playoffs.
Who was accustomed to the mediocrity?
I mean, especially because what's Cincinnati in? I mean, they're going up against the Steelers every freaking year.
Right.
Twice.
And the Ravens.
Every year. Every year. I mean, that's a tough,
Check it out. I got a question for y'all. Y'all see how your boy Lamar Jackson came in? And he did good.
Sir.
Yes. But his O-line.
And Joe Burrow, no.
He don't need an O-line. He gonna run.
But he don't need an O-line because he's going to run the ball.
Not Lamar Jackson. Don't do Joe Burrow like that. That's a different type of quarterback right there. Lamar Jackson at Louisville, he was out there like, I was like, dang, that's the total package right there. He can run and he can throw. And would take a hit. Joe Burrow, no, he ain't Lamar. No disrespect, Joe B. I like you. No disrespect.
These defenses are starting to figure out Lamar a little bit, though. But that's
they starting to figure out Lamar.
And if the one Harborough brother that got half a clue, right? He's going to get him the appropriate offensive coordinator or quarterbacks coach that's going to help him evolve his game to the next level so that he implements a new wrinkle. But we don't know. Maybe, perhaps, we'll see.
We don't know.
Coaches be doing some stuff, and I just be like, I don't understand.
I'm the same way. I'm like, y'all get paid too much money to be making these decisions that y'all be making.
So, last question of the day. Next month, the NCAA will finalize their proposal for name, image, and likeness. What should college athletes be doing to prepare for the upcoming changes? Let me just say, they're going to say yes. They're going to say everybody can get paid for their, there's no doubt in my mind that they're going to say yes. What do athletes need to be doing to prepare?
Social promotion. Promote yourself. Show that you're good on the field, good off the field. Be in the community. Promote yourself. Go talk to people. Be good on the field is one of the major ways. They don't want to talk to nobody. They don't want to pay nobody who ain't a dog. They don't want to pay anybody that people don't want to see, the kids don't want to see. So I'd say the best thing you can do is just be good, but then also promote yourself and also clean up your social media and prepare yourself for those type of things as well, because no one wants to market somebody that's not marketable. I mean, there's a lot of athletes you can think of that are great, but you don't really see them on TV that much because they're not marketable. So from that standpoint, I'd say, social promotion, be good, and then be marketable.
I think they're gonna limit them to what they can do anyway. There's always been some sort of limitations on how they can make money or what they can do. It's not going to be just a free for all. Do what you want to do and make money. Go talk to this school. Go to here. They're gonna limit them on what they can do. Like, I don't think they're gonna have the opportunity just to, market themselves a certain way. You gotta market your way. You gotta go from A, B, and C. You can't go nowhere else, but you gotta get them three done first, and then you can do something else. I think they're gonna be limited, in my opinion. I don't know. But I think they're gonna limit them boys on what they can and can't do.
The school gonna find a way to get them a kickback. They're gonna say, we'll help you with this, but we need a percent.
I think they're gonna try to limit them, but I do not believe that Congress is going to allow it. So when I say that I believe that they're gonna vote yes, it's because Congress has a bill. Well, it's the Senate has a bill that was introduced by Cory Booker and others that would allow college athletes to be paid for name, image, and likeness at a federal level. So I think the NCAA, clearly they have to come in and do something, because Florida's passed the law, California's passed the law, Tennessee has tried to do something, the federal government is getting involved. So I do agree they're going to try to limit, but I don't know how long that limit is going to be in place, because people really don't like the NCAA at the federal level right now. People are talking about the fact that they're a monopoly, that they have tax exempt status. Like, there's a lot of conversations going on. So I'm going to be interested to see how Congress handles it. But I do believe that they're going to do something.
I got a question.
What's up?
Imagine how much money you think Tua would have made on jersey sales with his name on the back of the jersey.
But here's what I
the dude before Tua, what did dude play at Texas A&M? How rich he would have been.
Johnny would have been.
Oh my God, he might have went pro.
Yeah, some of these dudes might say, I made enough money
and not go pro.
So here's one of the things that. Oh, go ahead, Coach Bryant. I don't want to.
Yeah. So what I would want to do, and when we look at this with our son, is I would want to go talk to a financial advisor and a CPA, and I'm setting up in a corporation, and I'm setting them up as a business so that everything is going through that business corporate, maybe not necessarily in their name, but going through their business entity, because of course they say, because I don't know where the whole NCAA where they can't make no money. I don't know how that's going to play a part in it. Hopefully that goes away. But I would be setting up my son with his LLC or S Corp or whatever entity that's going to be best for him to start putting him in business, because it's getting ready to be a business for him.
To sell his
branding. So we're talking about building his brand. And we're setting his website up. And we're going through his corporation, the LLC, whatever it is. So my first step would be, let's go talk to a financial advisor, a CPA, or whatever, attorney, whoever we got to talk to that can go and look at the law on what that looks like and how it would benefit my son.
For me, this is something I've been talking to people about. First and foremost, if you're a parent listening to this, go out, high school or college athlete, go scrub your child's social media. Remove anything from that social media that would be considered homophobic, racist, anything that you can think of. You want to go back to, if it's 10 years worth of data, you need to scrub every single bit of it. Any comments that they made that could be considered rapey, pick a song lyric, any song lyric. I say this because my son was the tweet. Jordan knows Ronald was the tweeter of the song lyrics, and I'd be like, "That is not you. What are you doing?" So you need to go back and you need to scrub that, because you do need to make sure that you are marketable, and that's one of the things that companies do look at. Is there a particular part of the population that you're going to offend? So you want to scrub. You also want to. You need to acknowledge, lots of parents at the high school level and the college level don't want to acknowledge that a child is a brand. Understand, whether you want it or not, your child is a brand. You need to work, before you even touch a brand strategist, you need to figure out who is your child. We'll do this, Terri, the flight program. Who are they? Are they a pilot? Are they a flight attendant? Are they the ground crew? Are they the air traffic controller? Because you want to build a brand that honors who your child is. You can, if your kid's extroverted, you know that they need to be up front. If your kid's an introvert, you need to know that. Don't build a brand where they got to be in front of everybody. If they're introverted, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. So you need to understand, acknowledge your brand. Just get with someone who can help you understand who your child is and how they move, so you can determine what your brand strategy will be. Then something you can do right now today, on every platform, go reserve your child's name, their full government name. Because what you don't want to happen is what happened to a friend of mine. Someone reserved his name and they as a website, and they wanted to charge him, and their price was $4,000. The person didn't even have his name, but it's a real thing. If you go out and look, Little Kim talks about how what Left Eye did for her friends before, when she was alive, is she went out and she reserved their names so that other people couldn't have them. That's intellectual property. You need to reserve your name on every social media platform. Even if you don't have a website, go to GoDaddy, reserve your name, because you're nobody now, but next month, the game changes, and there are people that are going to be out there that are going to reserve your name on your
extorting people for name likeness. That's it's a cold world, as they say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just did that for my daughter. I was getting ready to buy her domain name for Christmas, because she just became got her real estate license, and so she's got multiple streams of income going on. So she's kind of doing the entrepreneur thing. And I went on, I think, just Jalen.com. It was like $4,000. I was like, really? And her name is spelled like Jailyn. You know, it's not spelled like Jalen. I mean, $4,000. And I was like,
there are people that go out there and they get every variation of your child's name, every single one. They'll get it. But you need to make sure you have, if you're a parent listening to this at the high school level or the collegiate level, you need to make sure that you have yours. Every social media platform. I know she want to be Sweet Baby Ray. No, she can't be Sweet Baby Ray. She need to be Shanika Smith. She need to be Portia Daniels. Because we're talking about, I mean, Jordan, am I lying? They be out there young rappers, so and so, all kind of special characters. You're like, dude, what are you doing? That, am I lying, Jordan? They be on social media.
For one, make it easy for me to type it in, like underscore, exclamation. Like, it's too much. Who wants to type all that in? It needs to be smooth. If you can have it on there smooth, one syllable, one thing, boom.
So Frankie, when I be making these comments, it's because that's what I see in my world. I'm dealing with high school athletes, and they just be out there, and then moms are like, well, how come my kid don't have an offer? Well, he need to be Jordan Smith. He don't need to be Sweet Sugar Daddy Papa One. Like, oh. Like, hello.
ultimate playmaker, 5-star hit. Like, dude.
For why?
No,
I'm Walter Smith. I go to Battleground Academy. Like, be basic. It's this is the area where it's going to help you. You want to be easy to find. And I would actually say Terry's idea of thinking about setting yourself up as a LLC or some type of corporation is really good, because what people don't understand is there is a phenomenon called micro influencers. You don't have to have thousands of followers. You can have it anywhere from 400 to 700 followers, but if they are active, if they talk to you, it's really interesting. I have like about 700 and something followers on my Instagram account, but they talk to me. They comment, they share. And so companies come to me all the time. They dive in my DMs and they be like, well, if you endorse my product, we'll give you X. So sometimes they'll give you money. Sometimes they'll say, we'll give you a percentage off of everything you purchase with us, and it's forever a discount. Sometimes they'll just give you products. So just be mindful that when it comes to name, image, and likeness, it is a very real thing that there are companies that are out there looking for athletes. Because let me just tell you, if you sent the bitch on Alabama, but you can say you got a picture that's showing that you're on the sidelines, you good for a few thousand followers, and they gonna holler at you every day during football season, and that's going to translate into a business relationship that is real dollars. Or you can start a YouTube channel that really just puts your people want to know, what do you do every day? All you gotta do is care. You know, if your kid is an introvert, they could get subscribers and followers just because people want to know that they sitting in study hall picking their teeth. Like, and that translates to ad dollars. So the money is going to be in endorsements. But there's money.
Because if you're able to get enough followers and monetize a YouTube channel, you're getting paid when people go and watch those videos. Yeah, that was something that I was trying to get my husband to do. And when he would do his training with my son, I said, look, I said, you're a coach. I said, we coach and you're doing instruction. Why would we not start a YouTube channel? Can I start videotaping your training? Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
Your person has stars, and you know there was grown people following your kid trying to figure out what he's doing with his life.
True.
So those grown next month, those grown people who follow your child trying to figure out what's going on with their life, that's a company somewhere is going to notice. Oh, he has 1,000 followers, and then they have maybe 300 shares. They might have 2,000 likes or 10,000 likes. That's eyes. That's dollars. That's That's ad dollars. And so we think about like the Nikes, because obviously Nike's going to come through. They're going to be able to negotiate their own deals with companies. But what we don't think about is the little small things every day where companies are going to say, will you use my product? I just want you to put a picture of you with this soda or this energy drink. You ain't even got to drink it. Just take a picture of yourself holding the drink. Because you have X amount of followers and you play on X football team, I'm going to get sales because people are going to buy it because they assume that you use it. And that's going to take effect, not just at the collegiate level, but it's going to impact high school level as well, because popularity doesn't start when you get to college. People start following athletes when they're in high school.
Yeah, my son's already got, I think on his Instagram, he's got like 3,000 followers. I'm like, how in the heck did you grow your Instagram to 3,000 followers already?
And he did nothing. He just showed up. He didn't do nothing.
Don't commit too early, because then you lose about 1,000 of them, and then you get hate mail. You get hate messages. That's crazy. These people be under kids' comments in high school, telling them where they should and shouldn't go, and mad because they're not going there. Like, I'm making a decision that's best for me and my family. Get off of me. Leave me alone.
Right.
But when you do that, when they're under your comments to a company, that's money. Someone cares enough about you to make a comment. They're interested in you. So if I put my product if I place my product on your social media, that means sales. And so
somebody's gonna view it.
And the one place that dollars are not tracked, I'm going to say this and then I'll close this out. Athletic dollars are tracked at the collegiate level and the pro level. They are never tracked at high school and below. This change is going to be made in the NCAA, but it's definitely going to impact high school students. And there is no government entity that tracks high school athletic dollars or Pee-wee athletic dollars. And where there is no tracking, there is definite opportunity for exploitation. So you as parents, you got to be on your game. You have got to be on your game, because you can make dollars, but if you're not mindful of your child's identity, of what they should be doing as a brand, if you're not just strategic, you will deliver your child up to be exploited. And that's something that we need to think about. So I said all that to say, next month it's not just the transfer rule that's about to change college athletics and high school recruiting. Name, image, and likeness is going to have a definite trickle down effect. That's our time on the 10 for YouTube show. I want to thank you so much for joining us once again for another edition. We will see you guys next week.